It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Commanders. And it's coming up next.
Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital. We've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And we're off and running from Landover. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jaron Reed.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Daniels back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
On 4th down, it's the veteran Tress Way who's out for the punt. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackle made on the play by Dietrich Wines. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He's throwing deep to the left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. That's taken at the 15. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt goes 63 yards. And the Commanders will go on offense. Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. It's taken in by Sinnott. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing now, Daniels. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down, ball at the 36. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Another carry for Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Now Daniels to throw. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Takes it in at the 21. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be Seahawks football. The Seahawks taking the field for their 2nd possession. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Oh, he trucked that defender. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Throwing now, off play action. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Darnold has him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Toss play, this is Walker. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
They kick the running back in motion. From the 22 on 2nd down. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's Darnold. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks go up 6-0 here in the first. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping a tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding...
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
All right, so wipe the touchdown away. He did not make the catch. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You've got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Returns looking good so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Motioning him from the slot right. On 2nd down, Robinson. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking down a 3rd and 3. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. And now it's 2nd down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Robinson on the inside give. And he's able to push this down to the 12. 9 yards to pick up there, and they only need 3 more now on 3rd down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. To throw, Daniels. This throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Steven Sims with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seahawks offense ready to get going once again. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Darnold. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Taken in by Noah Fant. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. To throw, here's Darnold. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Michael Dixon on to punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. His work begins at the 31. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. He'll get this to Samuel. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Completed over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. And they bring him down around the 34. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 28. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. Up and good from Fairbairn. And they've taken back the lead.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Sims now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Seahawk offense taking the field now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. It's the Seahawks with 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Play action on first down. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Darnold looking to throw. Into the hands of Walker. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout, so they're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Darnold now to throw. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain. Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Their offense headed out now. Not much time left before the half. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball at the 33 for first down. Daniels now. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Daniels from the pistol. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Again, Daniels to the air. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll throw it again. Escapes the pocket, and the ground game works for the touchdown. The Commanders take the lead just before halftime. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Chased out to his right. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Here comes the final play of our first half. Back to throw it. To the sideline, complete, and he's got the first down as he stays in bounds. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders pulling in front after 2. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Hewitt.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Sims now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Walker now from the gun. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They go play action here. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This is Walker on second. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Play made by Deron Payne. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Darnold. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Walker on first down. And they had that one contained right at the line. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Staying with Walker. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Darnold. Walker hauls it in. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Slot man in motion left. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now Walker. Has a big hole left. And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They're going play action. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. To throw, here's Darnold. Nowhere to go with it, so Higgins throws it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. Myers' kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Like the best kickers in this league, he's just keeping on with his job. That's a 3rd now. He's knocked through the uprights. 3 at a time is not going to get it done in this game, though. Eventually, they got to start running them out for some PATs.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. This offense getting all set for this series. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. He'll get this to Samuel. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
On 1st down, here's Eckler. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Play fake here, Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And this one does not go far. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Seahawks start headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Walker running to the right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Running with Walker again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 9 yards to pick up there, and they only need 3 more now on 3rd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On 3rd down, Walker. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. Michael Dixon will kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. Man, it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
This is Eckler on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss.
There is no thought needed from him. He has been doing this so long, dating back to college and high school. Those instincts, and they come at you with a capital I. Identify that run, fire downhill, and get home in the backfield before that play could get started.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Daniels. He completes it in traffic. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now Daniels to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Has a man, it's Brown. And they take him down right along the 30. Second down now, 7 to go. Now Daniels off the play action. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's tackled for a short gain. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Sims now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks offense running out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. That's taken in by Cup. And this one doesn't go far. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They give up the gut to Walker. And not much. He maybe got a few across the 30 to about the 32. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Now Darnold. Cup on the catch. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They send a tight end in motion. Now an inside give to Walker. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Rolling into enemy territory. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they face 2nd down.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. Throwing the out route complete.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. He'll throw it. Gets this to Fant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. The give now to Walker. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On target to Valdez-Scantling. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 1. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Nabs along that sideline. Samuel. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the Combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to...
Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this. He did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
So they sent it to a second set of eyes in New York, and the call on the field is confirmed. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against a front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Hand off now to Eckler. Room to run inside the 20. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's first and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Now Seattle gonna call its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Staying with Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Another carry for Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 1 yard that time, partner, so this is going to bring up 4th down and 5. Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. A very short kick here from the right hash. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
I know that was a kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. One final shot here. Buys time, rolling right. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So score this as a win for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from DC.